Morning, everybody. Myself Acharya Vishvendra, and today I'll speak on the topic effective study for JEE and NEET. सो सबसे पहले हम देखेंगे स्टडी क्या है। तो स्टडी हम जब करते हैं तो कुछ पैटर्न्स हमारे अंदर बनते हैं एंड वी यूज टू सॉल्व प्रॉब्लम्स यूजिंग दीज पैटर्न्स. सो द एंटायर टर्निंग पॉइंट बिहाइंड स्टडी इज टू फाइंड द पैटर्न्स एंड टू नो हाउ टू यूज देम इन सॉल्विंग प्रॉब्लम्स. So this is a central concept for studying for JEE and NEET. You just study to find the patterns and learn how to apply those patterns in different cases using questions. So that is central concept how you should prepare for that. And this is for, as per JEE NEET physics is concerned, there are about 3000 patterns. So the entire game is of finding the patterns, learning them effectively through use of worksheets, through use of tests, through use of questions, and implement them in your main exam. So let's see what actually is a pattern. So suppose a question आपको दिया हुआ, there is a block of mass m, you apply a force F on it, and when you apply the force, then we see the variation of friction on the body. So you can observe that initially the block does not move. If the block does not move, that means force and friction are equal in magnitude and opposite in direction, so that net force is zero. So it varies like this up to a certain extent. Then there is a kink. There is the forces changes randomly. There is a random change in the forces, and after that force friction becomes constant, which we call as the kinetic friction. So this is analysis of the experiments that is which were done on a lot of blocks taking different cases, and the common thing, the empirical formula which was found, is that the force, the friction varies as shown in the graph. So this pattern is verified by multiple experiments by a number of times, and it is verified, it is applicable in all the cases, and it is believed by everybody follows this pattern. So you also have to follow this pattern, because it's not yours or mine. It is deduced by experiments done on a lot of substances, lot of cases, and finally it has been accepted globally. So that is a pattern concerned with what you study. Now here the thing is that FL is called the limiting friction, FK is called the kinetic friction. Now there are certain things. Limiting friction is mu limiting into when, kinetic friction is mu kinetic into when, and static friction lies between zero and limiting friction. So this is a pattern of solving this question. So whenever you find something related to the the values of friction between a block and the surface, then the decoded pattern which has been experimentally established can be decoded in terms of three things: limiting friction, kinetic friction, and the static friction, which forms a certain pattern. Now we need to learn how to use this pattern. So suppose we take a block of mass 50 kg, mu L here is 0.4, mu K is 0.2. The first question is limiting friction, so it is mu limiting into when. Mu limiting here is 0.4, normally action will be 500, so that will be 200 Newton. Next question is kinetic friction, mu K into 1, so that is 0.2 into 500, which will be 100 Newton. Next is static friction, it will lie between 0 and limiting friction, so it will lie between 0 to 200 Newton. So that is analysis